Hi, this is Mark Littleton, the minister of the Word for the Athens Church of Christ, with today's 3-minute sermon. We're working our way through the book of Proverbs during the month of October, and every day we're reading the corresponding proverb for whatever the date is. Today, of course, is October the 27th, and so we're reading Proverbs 27. If you haven't read that yet today, I would encourage you to take a few minutes and read through this great chapter. I just want to hit a few of the highlights from some of the verses that you'll find when you read in Proverbs 27 today. The very first verse in the chapter is such a good verse for us to remember. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you don't know what a day may bring. If we didn't already believe that, then 2020 ought to make us believers, right? Don't boast about what you're going to do tomorrow. You make all these plans for tomorrow, and that's fine. But don't boast about that as if it's just going to happen because you make the plan. No. You don't know what a day is going to bring forth. James will talk about this in the New Testament, and he'll add to that. You ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will do this or we will do that. Go ahead and make your plans for the future. That's just fine. But recognize that there's so many things that you are not in control of and that I'm not in control of. And that ultimately God is in control and God is sovereign. Verse 2, Proverbs 27 says, let another praise you and not your own mouth, a stranger and not your own lips. There's very few things that we don't like more than someone who's always bragging about themselves, right? We don't want to be around somebody that's always tooting their own horn and always speaking so highly of themselves and lifting themselves up. We don't want to be around people like that. So let's not be people like that. Let's instead just do what we're going to do. Let's serve God. Let's do the best we can. And if somebody's going to brag on us, let it be somebody else and not ourselves. Down in verse 6 of Proverbs 27, it says, faithful are the wounds of a friend, and profuse are the kisses of an enemy. You know, just because someone speaks hard words to us that we need to hear doesn't mean that person is our enemy. It very well may be that person is our friend, because they're telling us exactly what we need to hear. And just because someone goes on and on speaking well of us doesn't necessarily mean they're our friend. They may not be our friend at all. They may be just telling us what we want to hear. A true friend is somebody who will tell you what you need to hear when you need to hear it. And then one other verse along those same lines in Proverbs 27 about friends. It says, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. Who do you have in your life right now that is sharpening you? Who do you have that you have a close enough relationship to that they can say the things to you that you need to hear, not the things necessarily that you want to hear? If you don't have somebody in your life like that, friend, you need that person. And even more than that, you need to be that person for someone else. Lord willing, we'll see you again tomorrow for another 3-minute sermon. God bless.